Today we're going to make something even stupider, and that's really saying something, considering last time we built 200 water slides, just so that we could make it rain people from 500 feet in the air, plus a roller coaster that tops 270 miles an hour, and exceeds well over 150 lateral g-force, plus a 200-mile-an-hour water slide that ends by launching people into the sun. And this was all before we took the guardrails off. And that's great news, because I want each and every one of these visitors to leave a part of themselves here at the park. So now we just need to decide on a type of roller coaster to build, and we need the kind of numbers that can remove someone's spine. This sounds perfect, a compressed air launch coaster providing the fastest rate of acceleration. We're gonna jam this in right at the start of the park so people get a fair chance to ride. And then naturally we turn all the sliders all the way up, target speed 175 miles an hour, acceleration that much. So we'll just build a few little sections and then give it a test to see exactly how fast it's going. We'll get a front row view of this, off it goes, nice and quick. So far it doesn't have a lot of track to jump onto, but we'll build the rest. We just need to get it up to full speed. So it looks like it's going to take that much track to hit full speed, which is obviously pretty quick because it jettisons off that way. But obviously we want to go up. There we go, a true 90 degrees straight up in the air. So we'll do one of those and see how far we can launch. And then once you get to the top of the slope, it's just going to be a gentle curve straight back down, just in case you were feeling a little bit too tall today. That's absolutely horrifying, and I'm pretty sure I can actually get a tighter arch than that, but for now we're going to see how the people like this. So we have the high speed launch, and it's going to go right up the vertical and climb up here at very high speed. Excitement and fear are both all the way maxed, but then it's got to loop over this tight little hill and straight back down. But I think there's something too calming about this part. You go straight up, so you shouldn't come straight back down. There's got to be a little bit of variety. So let's just go ahead and shorten this track up a little bit, say 5 meters, and then we're going to curl it inwards, which is really mean to do to the people. So then we're just kind of going to give them a bit of a candy cane effect, we'll call it. That's going to loop back around there, and then it's going to continue to curl, whoops, the other way. The game's even getting confused as to what I'm doing. The game is legitimately getting confused about what I want, and I don't blame it. I'm not even entirely sure what I want at this point. Whatever this is, it should definitely be illegal, but I really want to see the ride go over that. So it's coming up to the top, and we're going to take a quick pause there. We'll keep an eye on the numbers. Already we're at negative 13 Gs, which seems like it's very light. But in particular, we want to pay attention to how it goes over that. Yeah, those people are not going to do well. And I'm just going to leave the roller coaster test happening while I'm doing this. That way we can get kind of real-time results about what's going on with it. But I'm pretty sure at this point, the curves are actually too big, so we're going to shorten it up so the curves are going to be even smaller moving forward. And given how small we can make these track segments, I'm pretty sure we could hit a new speed record again. I'm pretty sure the shorter I can make each segment, the faster I can make these things go. It's perfect. They get a nice gentle curve to get them used to it, then they go jiggling back and forth, and then the curves eventually get tighter and tighter. And then by the end of this, we are definitely going to get scrambled brains. I just really hope that people are going to enjoy this as much as I do. It's truly a work of art. And now that it's complete, let's see how much speed it picks up by the bottom. We're going to shake those people real good. I'd be just surprised if they had any body parts left by the end of this whatsoever. But at least they get a nice gentle rollout at that point. It honestly can't be that bad considering they're only going 150 miles per hour. But I guess the tough part would be the change in g-force constantly. They're currently at minus 66 and they fluctuate between that and like positive 60. So that probably doesn't feel super great. But in theory that balances out in the middle. Minus 60 plus 60, pleasantly enjoying a ride. And I don't want to make anything too scary because they won't ride it, so I think we'll just loop this back to the beginning and let the people enjoy. But I also don't really want to waste that much track space, so we're going to do a nice tight corner at the bottom just to make sure the people get back efficiently. And yeah, they're going to love that corner. So once they're down that shaky bit, they're going to do a hard corner and just gently cruise all the way back to where they started. Pretty sure that they'll have the speed to slow down at this point, so they go and straight in. Perfect. Okay, so now we got to see it from the first person perspective because I haven't actually ridden this yet. So it's a big launch straight up. That's a lot more hardcore than it looks. But compared to the rest of it, it probably doesn't feel that bad. And then it goes for a little jiggly bit. Be a little hard to orient yourself here. Luckily, once you get to the bottom, it's just a nice tight corner and you're back to smoothness again. And you can orient yourself and then you do that thing. That will probably actually decapitate you. At least I hope it will. Now we got to find a way to get people here. I got the paths all connected up. There's only a minor chance of conflict. Didn't know how that actually happened. That's a little better. Now that people can walk under the dangerous roller coaster anyway. Not that anyone's particularly keen to ride this. But we'll put an ice cream shop here to try and entice them over. At the very least, it can give them some comfort after they ride this. The game for now is telling me the coaster is too extreme. We'll run some more tests and it can sort itself out. For now, we've got more experiments. What we need to find right now is a roller coaster with a small minimum track length, hopefully smaller than 4 meters. I just checked every single roller coaster. The shortest track length is only 4 meters, which is unfortunate. On the bright side, I did find this thing. A unique spinning coaster with individual free spinning cars and special track pieces that allow you to control the spin rate of the cars. I want to see if I can send them spinning so quick they time travel. Yes, I obviously wanted to put it 400 feet under the ground. Thank you, Planet Coaster. This one is a chain lift, so we're going to have to just very patiently lift ourselves up. But not that patiently, of course. 45 degrees is as steep as we can currently get it. But since there's no better way to launch it, we're going to take it all the way to the top just so we can have a long ways down. So I'm adding something called an eddy current spinner. I'm not really sure what that is, but we'll give it a test and see. It's all very detailed. So we gotta go all the way up, and I should actually put a coffee shop right here. That way people could get a drink on the way up. But you do get a really nice view of my other roller coaster, which is absolutely horrifying. Even at 5 times speed, this takes a long time to get up. So we've hit this point and nothing seems to be happening. So we clearly need to adjust some settings. Probably also need to finish the roller coaster. I think I've worked it out. You gotta have it turning, because then they'll spin sort of with the force of themselves turning. So the faster they go, the more they're gonna rotate. And obviously that applies to tighter turns. So for now it's just a gentle, albeit very high ride. It would be quite scary. But it does pick up speed fast. We can change the spin direction, and we can increase the force applied. We can go from, what was it, 2 miles an hour to 22 miles an hour. Okay, let's see with the extra applied force. Are they going to spin more, or is it not going to matter at low speed anyway? Banking offset. I like whatever that does. I'm just not entirely sure what it does. So now when they get to the top, they're going to be released by the chain, and then they're going to start picking up momentum in a hurry, because we're going to do something really mean. So that way they pick up a bit of speed. That way they can really get spinning. These seem like some awfully square and janky corners, so hopefully these guys get to go rocketing. I feel like this is going to be a winner. It's not super steep, so people can't be that scared of it. And then you can do whatever this is to the track as well. I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do here, so we'll just make some little adjustments, provided the game will let us. Alright, we're completely upside down. Can't go that way. Can we go that way? Okay, we'll go over that way then. We'll let the coaster tell us where it wants to go. By now, they should be moving good and fast, if they're still conscious. If they're not, well, that's just one less complaint we have to deal with. At this point, the game offers me one of these things, and I feel like it would be rude to decline it, so we'll give it one of those. And we should probably test it up till now to see if it can even make this thing. Okay, it's about to go over the first drop. We're going to see what kind of speed it takes and what it does. So by this first little corner, it's going 61 miles an hour, and are they spinning yet? I can't tell if they're like spinning within their own cars. They probably are. We hit about 100 Gs there or something, and it seems like they're able to do the rest of the track pretty smoothly. The problem with these fast rides is it's a little bit hard to see what's happening, but we've got a solution for that. We've just got to do it ourselves. Alright, going over the first drop where we're going to completely go upside down and backwards. We're spinning. It does work. Oh, we actually hold kind of still at that point. We're going to make people so seasick. Wow, that is a really strange effect. And then it's very disorienting. So the nausea factor might be high on this one, but at least it's not likely to kill anyone, at least until that part. I just hit autocomplete, and it actually did a really nice job getting the coaster back in proper thing for once. Alright, I connected it to the path, and we have some proper testing in progress to see if it's something that people want or not. It turns out my ride is too scary. Your ride exceeds G-force limits. It only goes 151 miles per hour. Its max lateral G-force is 89, which is on the upper end. I believe human survivability ends at about 4. Maybe what the people want is a good log ride. This is perfect, an antique hybrid between a log flume and a coaster. All I'm hearing with this one is, can we jump it? First order of business, get it as high in the sky as we possibly can. You know what they say about log rides, the higher the better. You know, for having a log on water, it's surprisingly hard to figure out all these different settings. I just want to make a log go down a hill. Apparently the piece I've been looking for this entire time has been the flume drop. We're going to plow this thing straight into the earth because you can't make it particularly steep. So we're going to need all the length in the world to hit the speeds we're looking for. It's getting a little bit hard to see what I'm doing down there, so we're going to try some landscaping. I like how the controls are simply for idiots like me. You can pull the ground up or push it down. And I am an idiot. I found the problem. I'm at the edge of the park. But it turns out you can actually make a really deep hole. That gives me all sorts of fun new ideas. Yeah, the game is clearly loving what I'm trying to make it do. Log grids are super hard and not very creative to work with, so we're going to take it all the way back. We're just going to have one real big drop. There's probably an easier way to do this, but it's really hard to make it connect at the end when you don't have an autocomplete. If I leave it there, it's going to jump right back into its pond anyway. That's probably fine. Ooh, it's actually a pretty steep climb. I didn't realize how quickly this thing goes up. That's horrifying in itself. So I would wager, once again, the people are going to be too scared to ride this. And I can't blame them. The climb alone would be horrifying. Alright, I've never tested any of this, so they're going to land right there, cruise down through the gentle stream, and then they're going to go down there, preferably at very high speed. They're currently going 5 miles an hour coming into it. We'll see if we can follow them along. They're picking up speed. They're up to 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour on a log ride. And then they disappear into the hole, and then hopefully they'll emerge back there before long. 170 miles per hour currently, a whole bunch of G-force. And did the log come back? Yep, there it is. It's on its way back. That might be my most tame ride yet. Alright, let's give it a try ourselves. So we just got to the top and we're about to drop over the edge. I feel like this wouldn't be as scary as the other ones. It's a real big drop, but at least it's straight. Nothing's going to shake you up too bad, at least until the bottom, but that's something you worry about at the bottom. Yeah, it's just an endless big drop, and I don't really remember what I did here at the bottom, especially given that I couldn't really see. So you hit a splash zone and you climb right back up. I am a little bit curious to see if they can stick the landing here at the end. So they're going to jump up and just about. Close enough for me. Alright, for this next one, I'm going to want a little more real estate again. It's getting cluttered over here. Big projects require lots of space. We got lots of room over here, especially if I remove some trees. I know trees are nice scenery and all, but everyone's going to be too unconscious to see them anyway. That's clean enough for me for now. We need to pick out a new type of roller coaster. This one looks like a fighter jet, so it's gotta be fast. So we're gonna start it on the hill. Target speed is gonna be 100 miles an hour. That's not fast enough. We've had way faster ones. I've tried a few of them. I think this one is still gonna be the fastest. It can go 175 miles an hour target speed. So we're gonna make sure it does exactly that. Then we'll be sure to get it good and sharp and then straight to the moon. Just because I can, we're gonna give them one of these first, just to, you know, make sure people really get a crunch. And then at the top, I've worked very hard to make sure we have the absolute maximum height. And then we're gonna go back to our launch platforms. I think 50 should work. There might be a max speed, but we're going to find out. Okay, first things first. It's up to 175 miles an hour. How do they feel about this spot? Yep, that works, and then up they go. I did see something spike, and I assume it was the G-force. And then they'll accelerate nicely here, all the way up to 175 even. And then they go flying past. Then we just need to try and see how fast we can get them going down in that direction. And that means we need to make some big holes in the ground. We're looking for bedrock. Actually, I'm not really sure where I'm aiming. So we'll just edit the coaster slightly and make sure we're on the money. So down it goes. Were we close? We were actually surprisingly off. But now we know, and we can put a hole in the correct spot. And we're gonna have to move a lot of dirt. I've mined so deep we found sunlight again. I'm not actually just being stupid, there's actually sunlight coming through for some reason. It's quite a big hole. Of everything I built so far, I think this hole actually takes the longest. I don't yet know if that's big enough, but we're gonna drop the roller coaster down into it and see how it feels. So we'll start with a straight vertical, just all the way down. It's going to hit the top at 175 miles per hour, so by the bottom, who knows? Okay, I've got the roller coaster literally situated on bedrock. That's going to be a bit of a tough corner for the people too. So let's keep an eye on those numbers. It's currently at 174 miles per hour, and then it goes down the drop and is quickly approaching 250 miles per hour, 270 on a straight drop. And in case you're wondering what that looks like at the bottom, it's going to launch straight out of there and into the wall. Actually, given the amount of speed we have, I think it actually makes more sense to turn this right back up. Actually, you know what? We had a pretty good thing going with our design earlier. I wonder if we could do another snake thing. The trick is you got to make the squiggles good and tight. That's probably plenty to serve our purpose. Alright, so it's coming down. Once it gets to the bottom, that's beautiful. It absolutely blinks through there. 266 miles an hour. I still feel like we can get a lot more speed out of this, so back to the top. So we want to make sure when we come back over the hole that we're going at absolutely 175 miles an hour. So I think that if we do some really tight corkscrews, we might actually be able to get a longer length downwards and therefore more speed. Whatever the case is, people are going to be hitting some really intense G-force. And it's so nice to be able to see all the way down to bedrock, no more guessing under the ground. Turns out you can still build just under the bedrock, not really sure why, but we've got some speed to test. That is quite a spiral. Before getting to that part, I want to see what it's like to ride across the bumps. Yeah, that's just as horrifying as I thought it would be. Alright, can we hit 300 miles an hour? We'll find out soon. We're 175 going down a spiral. Speed is picking up and up and up. 260, 270. 270 seems to be a bit of a limit. We might have to change our spirals. And that's annoying because we added a lot of them, so it takes a long time to undo them. I'm kind of curious if spirals like this might actually get more track length and therefore more speed. They are a nicer spiral to work with. The game even likes them a lot more. Now, I want to say that's more spirals, but I've been wrong before. So we're still looking to beat that 275 miles per hour. The G-force is 260 already. So we might be able to break the G-force record. That's climbing up 300 Gs, 320. The speed's actually not as high on this one, but we hit 400 Gs. Oh, the speed is still going up. 468 vertical G-force. These rides really don't serve any purpose other than to cause suffering. Okay, so now we gotta undo all of this and try it again. I don't have any particular theories about this design, but things are going to go fast. It's probably faster than undoing my spiral every time to actually just build this right back up to the top and put us back into the hole. So will this be even faster or more Gs? The Gs always get up there so very quickly. The speed feels pretty good, but it seems similar to last time. So if anything, we are consistent. We're at minus 410-ish. I didn't know you could fill things with water. Can we get more? We can get more water. Okay, we're gonna splash people into the water at 270 miles an hour. And the best part is they're not actually gonna be under the water for that long, so they don't even really have to hold their breath. So they go under here and they get shaken all around, probably put some water in the lungs, but then they get to cool off, or dry off rather, on the way back up. But water kind of takes away from the effect we're going for. I'm just not sure how we're supposed to get more speed out of this. I mean, it does seem like it'd be pretty intense for those of us on the roller coaster. It just goes faster and faster the lower it goes. I bet they're having such a good time though, and then they go right back up. Maybe some big circles are more the answer. They should at least be a lot calmer, so we only had 160 miles an hour by the end of that, and it's going to keep going around. I think on the flat spots it's not going to gain any speed, so we're not really going to get a better result. It is picking up speed fairly quickly now, but it doesn't have a lot of space to go either. It was at 205 miles per hour by the time it smashed into the wall. So if anyone knows how to make things go a little faster, please let me know. But for now, I'm pretty satisfied with what I've done to these poor people and put them through. 400 G-forces is plenty to work with for now.